Newsline 9 Sports.
It's that time of year when the high school calendar is filled with holiday tournaments. The Century Classic is now in its 42nd year, though this is the 5th straight season playing in a non-tournament format. Spash boys going for their 7th straight win of the season, playing Toma in the nightcap of day 2. Early first quarter, Trey Hiwus spins around, gets himself in the lane, drops the deuce. Timberwolves within 1. No panic from the Spash bench. On the other end, Sam Hauser top of the key and swoosh. And then later, fellow sophomore Trevor Anderson finds himself driving to the basket and gets the foul. Spash all over Toma tonight, 61-27. Other Valley teams playing in Menominee, Wausau East facing Eau Claire North. Picking up in the fourth quarter, Jaden Brukowski with a nice look to Bryce Widmark for the lay-in. East up by 11. North making a comeback, though. Danny Cron gets the steal and finishes the tough layup to bring the Huskies within 2. But East's defense was just too much for North. Dylan Hamlin with the block. Lumberjacks get a holiday win, 46-41. DC Everest facing the host Mustangs. Nick Sierakowski comes off the screen for Everest and hits the spot-up jumper. Evergreens are up by 4. Then later in the first, Grant Van Grinsven has a driver's license and uses it to get the shot to fall and gets the and one. Everest up by 6, but Menominee coming back to beat the Evergreens 53-51. On the ice, Chippewa Falls and unbeaten Wisconsin Rapids. Second period tied at 1. Red Raiders looking to regain the lead. Matt Edwards fires, but Sean Dubell is there for the stop, and we're still tied. Just a few minutes later, more Rapids pressure, and it pays off. Edwards to Caleb Schroer for the goal, and Rapids gets the 7-4 victory over Chi High. The Packers injury report looks like this. Clay Matthews out, Aaron Rodgers in, Eddie Lacy in despite an ankle injury. What about Randall Cobb? Well, he hasn't been ruled out for the regular season finale at Soldier Field just yet. The wide receiver practiced once again today and will be evaluated tomorrow. Cobb broke his leg back in week number 6, but Mike McCarthy is optimistic on the progress he's made since then.
The push has really come the last 2 weeks for Randall Cobb. You can see he was coming on strong. I thought he did some good things last week, but he wasn't ready. So he's fighting through the soreness and the things that you would expect coming back from the seriousness of his injury.
The weather right now in Orlando, Florida is 65 degrees. It's supposed to dip down to 62 for a low. The Badgers are enjoying warmer weather as they prepare for the Capital One Bowl, and Bob Bradovich is doing the same. He has this report for us from Orlando.
The Citrus Bowl Stadium is home to 2 games this bowl season. The Russell Athletic Bowl is set for tomorrow night when Louisville meets Miami. Of course, on New Year's Day, it's the Badgers versus South Carolina in the Capital One Bowl. Wisconsin holds its second Florida practice today. Head coach Gary Anderson trying to balance getting his team focused for the game and letting them have a little fun while they're down here as well.
It's a long grind throughout the football season, and to have the opportunity to be here this time of year and playing in the Capital One Bowl. And again, it's a tremendous reward for these kids. We're honored to be here, and we plan on representing Wisconsin very well.
One of the keys to Wisconsin's success on New Year's Day will be controlling a very talented South Carolina defensive line led by potential #1 draft pick Jadeveon Clowney.
They're certainly as good as advertised. I can say that. Their D-line is really stout. Jadeveon Clowney is as good of a player as I've seen on tape, and we got to be ready to step up for the challenge.
The Badgers will practice again tomorrow. We'll be there to cover that. We'll also have access to a few defensive players. We're going to try to track down Medford's Ethan Hemer. David will have that for you tomorrow. Reporting in Orlando, I'm Bob Bradovich for Newsline 9 Sports. David DeGuzman, back to you.
Looking forward to all your reports from Florida. Bob Bradovich, thank you. Newsline 9 is taking you to the field for all the Capital One Bowl action. On Tuesday, New Year's Eve, we'll get things started with a special Badgers pregame show at 6:30 p.m. and then keep it right here for the big game on New Year's Day at noon. Wisconsin taking on the South Carolina Gamecocks from the Florida Citrus Bowl in Orlando. Watch it Wednesday here on Newsline 9. And our coverage doesn't stop there. We have a section of our website dedicated to Capital One Bowl coverage. We'll have stories and slideshows from Orlando. Just head over to WAOW.com. Click on the Capital One banner at the top of the homepage. That is all for sports tonight.
All right. Thanks, David.